Retrieving a single object with get. In Django, the get method is used to retrieve a single object from the database that matches the specified conditions. It is a convenient method when you expect to retrieve only one object, or when you want to raise an exception if no matching object is found. The syntax for the get method is as follows. Here, model name refers to the name of your Django model, and quargs represents the conditions used to filter the objects. The conditions are specified as keyword arguments, where the keyword corresponds to the field name, and the value represents the desired value for that field. The get method returns a single object that matches the specified conditions. If no object is found, it raises a model name does not exist exception. If multiple objects are found, it raises a model name multiple objects returned exception. Before we dive into this amazing example, I want to take a moment and kindly urge you to hit that enticing subscribe button right now. Your subscription not only motivates me to continue creating valuable videos, but also helps our community grow stronger with each new member. So, my dear viewers, please don't hesitate. Show your support and click that captivating subscribe button below. Together, we can embark on an incredible journey of learning and discovery. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here, and let's make this channel even more amazing with your subscription. Before we dive into this example, let's take a moment to ensure our focus is on the specific table that lists all objects. In order to streamline our demonstration and provide a clear illustration, we will perform some necessary cleanup. So, let's proceed with the cleanup process and refine our environment to showcase only the relevant table. By doing so, we'll create an optimal setting to explore the usage of the get method in Django. Now, let's use the get method on the entry models manager. The get method will retrieve a single entry object from the database where the primary key must be equal to 1. Now, it's time to set up the index.html template appropriately by duplicating this table again. Then we pass the getByAuthor variable as a context dictionary, making it available for use in the template. If you try to use a for loop in the template on the getById variable, you might encounter an error or unexpected behavior. This is because the get method in Django returns a single object, not a query set or a collection of objects that can be iterated over with a for loop. If you only expect a single object to be returned by the get method, and you want to access its attributes in the template, you can directly reference those attributes without using a for loop. Here we are going to access our attribute using the context variable directly. Now, repeat the same procedure, and use the get method to retrieve objects that has a headline second entry. Now, let's retrieve the object with the headline of second post. As you can see, there is 2 objects with that headline. In this example, we will also use the same procedure of retrieving an objects, and then pass in the second post as the condition. If multiple objects are found, Django will raise multiple objects returned error. We can correct the error by adding a second condition in our get method, and that condition must be more specific. To use the get method on a Foreignkey field in Django, you need to specify the appropriate lookup parameter based on the related models field. Let's consider this example with 2 models, entry and blog. The entry model has a Foreignkey field blog, which establishes a relationship with the blog model. To use get method on the Foreignkey field blog to retrieve an entry by a specific blog, we can use the following syntax. Let's revise the example to clarify the usage. Blog refers to the Foreignkey field name blog defined in the entry model. Name refers to the field name on the related blog model. So, blog name specifies that you want to match the name field on the related blog model through the blog Foreignkey field in the entry model. When dealing with the many-to-many field relationship in Django, you can use the get method to retrieve objects associated with the many-to-many relationship, as we did with the Foreignkey in the previous example. To retrieve an object using a manytomany field relationship, you can follow this syntax. When using the get method with the many-to-many field relationship in Django, sometimes it won't work directly with the get method because a many-to-many field allows for multiple related objects. Instead, you should use the filter method to retrieve objects associated with the many-to-many field. When you are uncertain about the number of objects you may retrieve, or if you expect multiple objects to match your criteria, it is generally more appropriate to use the filter method instead of the get method. For example, we are going to retrieve all objects associated with the author John Doe using the get method. Because there is multiple entries that match the condition, Django will raise a multiple objects returned exception. Here's the corrected approach. By using author's name in the filter method, you are specifying the lookup parameter to search for the name field on the related author model through the many-to-many relationship with the entry model. The filter method will return a query set that contains all the entries associated with the author named John Doe. And because the query set will return multiple objects, we will be obliged to use a loop that will loop through all objects.